T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds.
Welcome to Baggy TV. Welcome to my channel. Lads, I'm so sorry, but technical difficulties, you know, these things happen. I was trying to post the panel link in the chat, and for some reason wasn't able to do it. I think it has something to do with somebody posting a link in the previous video that I did, and I blocked links. But it's supposed to like block your links, not mine, and it's blocked both of them. So I wasn't able to post the link, and I had to unblock the links, and a whole bunch of things I had to do before I could restart the stream. So I apologize, lads. I'm sorry for being late. I hope you guys are still okay. I hope everyone's good. Chelsea perspective in the chat. How you doing, mate? Calvin Jones, one of the first ever subscribers on Baggy TV. One of the original old school gangster lots. OG, Calvin Jones. Formerly Pride of London, aka the Pride of London. RCBN, how you doing, my man? I see you're doing some cricket content recently, so good luck with that. I hope you guys are all good. Listen, lads, I've put in a link to the panel. Eventually, I'll put it in so you guys can jump in and have a chit chat with me about the stories that we're going to be discussing. I mean, these stories are a little bit, I'm not going to say recycled, but it's the same old stuff, and it's been repeating itself with a little bit of a twist. Elias, big up Elias, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Elias, I did take 2 days out. Some family and personal things I had to take care of, but I'm back. I'm back for a couple of days, and then I'll be taking a few more days out. And then after that, you'll be seeing me streaming from back in the UK, hopefully. I'll be back in the UK, hopefully, very, very soon. And I'll be streaming from there. So, yeah, big up to everyone in the chat. Good to see you all. Today, lads, what we're going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about Achraf Hakimi. We're going to be talking about the different situations that have arisen in respect to Achraf Hakimi and players around that transfer. And we're going to be talking about, give me a second, lads, I'm going to check something. Make sure I have them on my, yeah. We're going to be talking also about the potential departure of Kepa. Yeah, Kepa may be leaving. And we'll be talking about how that might be panning out in the few weeks and months and the season ahead with respect to Kepa. So we'll be talking about that as well. So it's Achraf Hakimi, links with relates to him, and also Kepa. I'm seeing nobody clicking on that link. Nobody jumping on today. You guys are all looking for a quiet night in, just watching Baggy talking. You guys gonna do this to me? No one's gonna jump in. All right, it is what it is. Okay, so the first story. Let's start bantering. The first story is Achraf Hakimi. Okay, so Chelsea have reportedly increased the offer to sign Achraf Hakimi. All right, and that really leads on to this. Apparently, Milan want us to offer them Marcos Alonso over Emerson Palmieri. And to be honest, it looks like they want Marcos Alonso regardless of the situation with Emerson Palmieri. Maybe in a bit, Hakimi PSG. Yeah. There's a little bit of a development there in regards to PSG, lads. Apparently, funny. Yeah, I'm alone today. I can talk as much as I want with nobody interrupting me. So yeah, it's not funny though. It's not funny. It's a little bit. I'm funny, whatever that word is. Yeah. So listen, lad. Hakimi. The situation with Hakimi is as follows. Chelsea want him. And Chelsea want him for a number of reasons. And it really looks on the way we want to move forward in regards to our defense, our formation. And Achraf Hakimi provides a lot in respect to that. So Chelsea are serious about Achraf Hakimi. They're not only serious about Achraf Hakimi, but they're offering a whole bunch of players for him, apparently. One of those players that has been offered is Kovačić. All right, you're getting banned. You're getting banned because you have no idea what you're talking about there, mate. You're getting banned. Idiot. Okay, let's get back to football. Enough about politics. Yeah, so Kovačić is being offered. Kovačić has been offered in regards to Achraf Hakimi. They have a problem with that, though. Me personally, I have a problem with that because I think Kovačić is one of our key midfielders. He's a player who is able to provide us with a lot in respect to possession, in respect to controlling games, in respect to his passing attributes, and also his dribbling. Yes, Kovačić is lacking when it comes to his attacking prowesses. He's not, able to score many goals, but he is able to create a lot of chances. He's able to assist in dominating games, and we have really three players who are able to do that, and that's Kante, Kovačić, and Jorginho. So the fact that Chelsea seemingly offered Kovačić to Inter Milan for the acquisition of Achraf Hakimi is telling me one thing. It's telling me that Chelsea are serious about their DM target for the next season. That being Declan Rice, that being Shumani, that being whoever they're looking at. There might be names that we haven't really been looking at recently, but it tells me that if Chelsea are looking or are offering Kovačić, if that is accurate, if Chelsea are offering Kovačić, then that means they're looking to get another DM, and they are serious about getting another DM through the door this season. Now, I know that Sadorki commented earlier today saying that we have Ampadu, we have Gallagher who are able to fill in should Kovačić be allowed to leave. But hey, Boogeyman. Yo, Boogeyman, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the stream. Right. This is the first time I can't see you late because you're the first one on the panel. Respect. Welcome, my man. Chelsea Perspective is also coming on. He's helping the brother out. Chelsea Perspective, Kachila, how are you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm good.
Yeah. I'm just going to finish my speech in regards to the DM, and I'm going to transfer it over to you guys. And we'll discuss it. Yeah, so I think Chelsea are serious about the DM situation in respect to bringing somebody in. And like Sadorki suggested, Ampadu and Gallagher could fill in. Billy Gilmore could also fill in should Chelsea go down that avenue. Me personally, I'm not really keen on seeing Kovačić being offered for Achraf Hakimi. I don't mind talking about Emerson. I don't mind talking about Alonso. I don't mind talking about maybe, even Tammy Abraham. Personally, I would like to see Tammy Abraham utilized. But if we are going to offer players, I don't think Kovačić is one of those players that we should be offering purely for his contribution to the team over the past 2 seasons. I want to get Boogeyman's thoughts on this. I want to get Kachila's thoughts on this. So we'll start with Boogeyman. What's your thoughts on the potential offering of Kovačić as a part exchange for Achraf Hakimi?
Yeah, I don't believe it because I read it. I just read it when I saw your title. I went to Chelsea website, not Chelsea, Remo Mills, the shed, and I read it, and they say Kovacic plus cash, but
Yes.
Kovacic value on the market is
Mm.
not anywhere close. I'm pretty sure it's close to 60 million minimum Kovacic
Mm.
price. So I don't understand why Hakimi price on the market is also 60 million pound, and then Kovacic also 60 million. And why would you add any cash to it? And like you say in your introduction, Kovacic is one of our the only midfielder that can dribble in one on 1v1. He is pretty much good at it. So I don't see him leaving Chelsea today or tomorrow. And the other thing in Kovacic is still young. I think he's 27, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't see that now. I don't see that as a possibility. And one thing we also know is if maybe Frank Lampard was still coach, I can understand that because they're trying to get Declan Rice. But with Tuchel, I don't think Kovacic is going anywhere because Tuchel actually love Kovacic. He keeps saying it every day that like we miss Kovacic. Like he said, if you in your team you have Kovacic and Azpilicueta as a coach, you can sit back because they will fight. They're like soldier. So I don't see any of those two leaving the club anytime soon. That's all I can say when it comes to that. So for me, it's not true. I'm pretty sure we're trying to get Hakimi, but also in the same thing, I read the fact that Hakimi would rather go to PSG. So they're trying to reject
Yeah.
the approach, and he rather go to PSG.
Mm.
And I kind of understand. I'm pretty sure PSG is paying is the wages PSG will be offering will be just too much for Chelsea to match because
I
um,
think PSG are out of the picture for the time being. The thing is with PSG, Pochettino apparently has started moves on what's his name? Aviola, not Aviola. What's his name? Um, the Tottenham right back from the Ivory Coast. What's his name?
oh,
I
yeah,
forget
I
his
know
name.
exactly. I know
You
what
know,
you
what I'm talking about? Yeah, yeah. So
Aurier,
apparently
Aurier,
Pochettino,
Aurier.
Aurier, that's the one. That's the one. That's one. Yeah. So Pochettino apparently is looking to get Aurier into PSG. Now, if he does do that, and it's apparently 20 million that he's been priced at. So if they go for Aurier, then why would they go for Achraf Hakimi? It wouldn't make any sense. So I think if Pochettino is going for Aurier, then I think it gives us a clear path to Achraf Hakimi. But what you said is spot on there, Boogeyman. I also believe that offering Kovacic plus cash for Achraf Hakimi is not the right thing to do because they are valued roughly at the same value. And I think with Kovacic we know what we're getting. Kovacic, he's been here, he's done it, he's proven himself. Yes, he's lacking when it comes to the attacking part of the game in regards to shooting and whatnot. But as a player, he's a good player. With Achraf Hakimi, he hasn't played in the Premier League. Would he succeed? Would he not succeed? I'm a little bit on the fence in respect to that. Kachila, how are you, my man?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. Yeah, the story to me it has no substance, and Kovacic is the only guy we have in that team, like Boogeyman has already highlighted, that's capable of progressing the ball even when we play against teams that press aggressively. Nobody in that team is capable of doing what Kovacic does for us. That's number one. And the other aspect of another thing, again, we must not forget, Tuchel has always confessed his love for the guy. Sometimes he confesses so much that it's even comical. He confesses so much that it sounded like they were bedmates, but that's by the way. And you have to look at things also from the perspective of Inter, who right now they want money. Kovacic going there, you have to understand that he's not going to take a wage cut. So that also will add to Inter's financial burden. Where you get my point now. So it doesn't make sense at all, even from the perspective of Inter, from the perspective of Chelsea and the player himself, he knows now that Chelsea is a better project than Inter Milan is. So that story, I didn't even, when I saw it, I knew immediately that there's no substance to it. It's absolute BS. So I don't even care much about it. I won't lose sleep on that one because it doesn't make sense on so many levels.
And if we just compare the price, like Baggy just said, Inter Milan are said to be looking for cash.
Exactly.
It just doesn't make any. Are they looking for 2 million euro? Like differences, because we know both players are close to the same price. Even now, Kovacic is more. Kovacic has won the Champions League, so I'm not too sure what is the idea is. I mean, it just doesn't make too much sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. Even a beat, it doesn't.
The thing is this. The Kovacic aspects of the deal, I think it's very far-fetched, in my opinion. But the other name that has been mentioned is Marcos Alonso, and apparently Inter Milan are keen on Marcos Alonso. And even if they were not to get him as part of a deal with Achraf Hakimi, it looks like they will be pursuing him as a transfer, because apparently Marcos Alonso adds a lot in regards to Inter Milan's formation, Inter Milan's style of play, and apparently they want him to come in because of his attacking prowess. Now, my question is this: should we consider having Marcos Alonso being sold ahead of Emerson Palmieri, or should we try to push Emerson Palmieri first and then look at Marcos Alonso, or does it really not matter? And that's open to both of you guys.
Honestly, we as individuals we see things differently. Left for me, I'd keep Emerson Palmieri. He's younger, and also he's a fine player. Actually, just that he hasn't gotten the chance to show Tuchel what he can, that much chance to show Tuchel what he can do. Under Mauricio Sarri, were also how crucial he was the team's run to before they won the Europa Cup. So again, like I said, it depends on the individual. If you ask me, I'd keep him over Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso is in how old is he right now?
Close to
30.
Exactly. So close to 30. Emerson himself is still around 26, around that number. That means he's still got some chance to do even better. And under Tuchel, the little time he's played, he's shown some improvement also. There was a time he deployed him as a left central left CB, I think so, in one of the I think it was one of the cup games or so, and he did well. So, but the whole thing comes down to what Tuchel wants. We can discuss it all we want here, but like I said, I've given you my preference in terms of that, of who leaves or who stays between the two of them.
I tend to go to the opposite way, because I think Palmieri, Emerson, and Chilwell giving us close to the same thing. I just think when it comes to bringing or increasing the number in the opposite box, especially when we are dominating a game, but we are behind a goal or whatever it is. So I just think Alonso in that time helped Chelsea better. Defensively, no, everybody knows that he's lacked a lot when it comes to defensively. But that threat that he always brings when we are behind and then we dominate a game, but we cannot score, I just don't think Emerson can bring that. So I'd rather at this point have Alonso and we sell Emerson. That's my view, because I think we have Chilwell that will do Emerson job for us. But again, if Alonso is sold, I would argue. I would still sleep okay.
Honestly, I would argue that Emerson also contributes. He contributes going, that is attacking wise. He's actually better. If that's my own, that's the way I see it. It's actually better than Alonso. If you've seen some of his games even before he come to Chelsea, my argument is just he hasn't gotten the chance to really showcase his talent. Attacking wise, I think I'd argue to tomorrow that he's better than Alonso. It's just that Alonso has gotten more time than him to show, that he can finish. Emerson, as he is a fine finisher. I followed him during his time I think it was Roma before.
Roma,
yeah, exactly. He hasn't just. He needs time. That's my argument. But I get your point. It makes sense because he is like for like in terms of how Chilwell plays. Yeah. So to mix it up a little bit, I wouldn't complain. But ask me, left for me, I'd say I'll keep him.
Yeah, but sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Go on. No, go, Bobby. Yeah,
the other thing I would like to add to also quick is Emerson is not from our academy, right? So I just don't understand when anybody said he wasn't given a chance. He's a professional. He was bought. He just spent money on him. So that means when he came, if he was to put the work into it, or if we were to show something better at the training, he will make that place his, or that number his, or that position his. He didn't manage to do it. So as a Chelsea fan, I'm not a coach. I'm just a fan. So for Chilwell, I know. I'm just going to speculate at this point. I think Frank Lampard has some affinity to English player. That's the case of Ben Chilwell. That's why Ben Chilwell came and he kept playing. And then last time I also heard that he has a problem with Alonso and all those things. That's the reason why Chilwell played a lot. But other than that, I just think if Emerson was that good, he's been here for more than 3 years. He should have made that position his already, but he didn't.
I think the point Hakim is trying to make is the fact that he has never been given a long stretch of games. He's been played in the cups. He's been played in a couple of Premier League games every season, but he's not really been given a long stretch for him to prove himself. I see your point as well, Boogeyman. I think he's a professional player and he should take his opportunity and take him by the scruff of the neck and try to do something. And he hasn't done it. I believe Emerson does have a lot of potential. I believe Emerson does have a lot of ability, but I think for whatever reason he's not been able to show it on that pitch. Me personally, I think in regards to who should go, you can make an argument for both, for either one. The only concern I have is if we were to get rid of Emerson and we were to keep Alonso would only be around for a season or two because of his age, because of the contract we can offer him on top of what he already has. And could we really sell him next year? Could we really sell him the year after? Would we get 20 million for him? With his age, or will he be running out his contract and then he'll be moving on as a free transfer?
20 million and more.
I don't think it'll be even more. I think it'll probably be less because of his age. If he was younger, I think I think Alonso is talented when it comes to the attacking aspect, and he will definitely score more goals and provide more goals. But like you said, his defensive attributes are not that great. So you can see a for and against for either one. Me personally, I definitely believe that if we were to get Achraf Hakimi, and we can include a player in the exchange or in the transfer, it should definitely be either Emerson or Alonso, because he will be taking that spot, and we do want to lighten the number of players that we have on the left or even on the wing as a whole as wing backs. So you can make the case for either one. Kovačić, I don't want to see that happening. Not for Achraf Hakimi. Kovačić in a Haaland deal, in a deal where the value of the players is big and the gap is big. Yeah, I can see us putting Kovačić to reduce 60 million off the Haaland price if they want Kovačić. But giving them Kovačić plus 20 million to get Achraf Hakimi, I'm not about that life.
Yeah. Same here. Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will never happen, actually.
Nah, exactly. Because listen, Hakimi's position, Hakimi will improve that position based on what we saw from him from Inter. But can we still juggle in that position? Just keep Reece and Azpilicueta for another season? I think we can. So, but if we let Kovačić go, God. So in midfield, N'Golo Kante is injured one or 2 or 3 weeks, and then we have nobody there left. Like Jorginho, no, it doesn't work. I think our midfield it will stay. Jorginho, Kovačić, and N'Golo Kante. None of those boys are leaving Chelsea at least the next season. So any transfer that have them name in it, I'm just not gonna believe it. It just
like I said, I'm not losing sleep over that one. I don't see it happening.
Exactly.
In a million years. Chelsea, if you ask me, I'd argue the Chelsea board would rather abandon the pursuit of Hakimi than add Kovačić to it. You know.
Yeah. The second story that I want to address, and today it's really only 2 stories. The second story I want to address is a little bit of a strange one, because from my point of view, Kepa and Sorry, they weren't the best of. They weren't really connecting their wave. You know, there were different wavelengths, man. I mean, but then there's a story that says this. That says Lazio are pursuing the loan deal for Kepa Arrizabalaga and will pay 50% of his wages per Italian reports. Now, I would definitely be for that. Because I think Kepa being sent out alone to Lazio in the Serie A, he will definitely be able to play and increase his value. He has a big chunk when it comes to wages, and you know, if Lazio are going to take half of that and we pay half of that, it's better than us paying the whole amount and him just sitting there doing nothing. The only concern I have is we then will have to definitely go for a replacement for Kepa, because we are going to need a good second goalkeeper to come in to cover for Mendy when he's on the African Cup of Nations duty. So what do you guys think about this story? I want to know what you guys think about it.
I'll let Boogeyman go ahead.
Yeah, listen, maybe I may just repeat myself again. I don't believe in it. The reason is simple. You just give the reason. Mendy is not around. He's going to African Cup of Nations. Listen, I'm African origin. Mendy is going to Africa. Something may happen there. Accident, disease. Listen, I'm not saying African continent is a problem. No, I'm just saying the guy is going. We know he's going officially in Africa Cup of Nations for a month. Let's say something happened. So who do we have that has some experience playing with our defender? The defender structure we have right now, at least we have Kepa that have some sort of, he plays some game, maybe 10 games or 20 games. Oh, no, I don't think 20, but at least 10 games with under Tuchel, with that the same, or train with them for the last 3, 4, 5 months. So why would we sell Kepa or loan Kepa out? Then we have a new goalkeeper that will probably train from the beginning of the season till the African Cup of Nations start. And then that guy, do we trust that guy to be better than Kepa? I don't think so. Because one thing we notice is Kepa, Frank Lampard Kepa is not Tuchel Kepa. It is something different about the boy now. I don't know his salary, or I don't even know how much he is making. But other than his wages, I think Kepa is a good replacement for Mendy, actually, because he had that experience. And good replacement. I think I'm pushing too much. That thing. Mendy is my ultimate option or choice. Sorry, but I just don't think Kepa is going anywhere. If Kepa goes, then better have Donnarumma, the Donnarumma from Milan, because that's the only option I see. Or Oblak.
Donnarumma was signed.
He's going for PSG for what the last whatever. Yeah. So I just don't believe. I think we will try to get a third goalkeeper, sorry, just to be with Kepa at Chelsea. Chelsea is not that broke. We're not having money issue. Paying Kepa wages for another season. Kepa is what, 27 or 28? I'm not sure. So we still have time to sell that kid. So I think if Tuchel is smart, I'm not a coach, but he will keep Kepa because Kepa has some sort of experience with our defender. The defender that we have right now, they have something built up already last season, and they won Champions League with it. I mean, I just don't believe in that one. Also, I mean, that's the way I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the goalkeeping department is a very difficult the area to manage in football, and we've established that Mendy will most definitely leave for AFCON if the organizing body goes ahead with it. So now, if Mendy leaves for AFCON and you loan Kepa out to whatever team, Lazio, right? Then you have a big problem, and that's like the goalkeeping position is not something you just sit back and point at some goalkeeper and then go for them and bring them in and then be confident that they're gonna get the job done. It doesn't work that way, you know. And the way we play, not every keeper fits that style of play. You have to be good with your feet also for it to work. Or
Thank you.
if we go for a keeper that's not good on the ball, then we have an issue to solve. Then we have to change our style of play. Then playing out from the back will be totally out of our game. And then that's a big problem because Tuchel doesn't, I haven't seen a team that Tuchel coached before that doesn't play from the back. So again, that's another story that doesn't have substance to it. When we may be losing Mendy in January. I think it's January, except I don't know the dates they're trying to because the COVID costed quite a lot of, they sludged quite a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure when it's going to start. But whenever it starts, we're most definitely going to lose Mendy. And then Kepa is the only experienced, because this guy is leaving. Will is leaving. So that's a problem there. I don't think that will happen.
So just paper talk. Paper talk.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
I mean, it may good subject, but I don't think it's...
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Today I was looking at the stories and whatnot. I mean, Erling Haaland. I mean, let's be honest. There's a lot of journalists that are reporting a lot, especially in regards to Erling Haaland. But then I looked at what Fabrizio Romano has been saying over the past couple of days. People have asked questions, and the man would answer, and he's saying, "No update, nothing's happening. The guy's on holiday. Wait, So Fabrizio Romano is saying this, and then you got journalists saying, you know, Chelsea are closer, Borussia Dortmund are putting conditions, And then the day, nothing really is happening. In regards to this players been offered, now, if you're able to tell me that Kovačić has been listed as one of these players, then I'm sure there's a lot more details that you can come out with that make more sense. But they haven't been talking about these things.
Nope.
You know, they're just talking names and they're just mentioning names. Why haven't they mentioned Tammy Abraham? Why haven't they mentioned the fact that Inter Milan are actually are in a more awkward situation in regards to selling than Chelsea are in regards to buying? I mean, Chelsea do want to buy Achraf Hakimi. He is one of our targets. But the way that the journalists have been trying to portray it is Chelsea need to buy Achraf Hakimi and Inter Milan don't need to sell Achraf Hakimi. Well, the actual fact is Inter Milan have to sell one of their top three players, Achraf Hakimi, Romelu Lukaku, or Lautaro Martinez. One of these three players is going to be sold. Now, which player can Inter Milan afford to sell? We're talking about financially. We're talking about the position on the pitch. We're talking about what they're offering. I think Inter Milan would rather sell Achraf Hakimi than to sell Lautaro Martinez or Romelu Lukaku, because it will be very hard for them to replace these two players. But it might be easier for them to replace a right back, even a very good right
the
back.
other thing is Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez, they play off each other really, really good. So the problem Inter will have it, if you sell one, are you going to find a perfect partner for Lukaku? Like, let's say you said with Lautaro Martinez. Who's are you going to find that will be a perfect partner with Lukaku in the attack? Or if you sell Lukaku, are you going to find someone that will be like a good partner for Lautaro Martinez? So it's more complicated. So rather just sell the guy at the back, Hakimi, and we find some Italian. Because Italian, we know they're really good at defending anyway. So we'll find someone that will do some kind of job. It's not going to be as perfect when it comes to running with the ball up and create all those assists, but he will do his job. But talented wide, you're not going to find Lukaku on the market to replace to buy quick. So I think Hakimi makes sense, like you said. So, but again, and when it comes to Chelsea perspectives, I just don't think Kovačić. We cannot weaken our team trying to go after a player that we don't actually need, because we just won the Champions League with a team we have, and no one knows where Tuchel will be if Tuchel was to start that season. So maybe we might end up on the third place or on the second place. We're never going to be as good as Manchester City if Tuchel was to start the season. That we know that, because I think we all during all those discussions on the Baggy TV, we all come to the conclusion that to be able to shake Manchester City or push them aside, we need a number 9 that will keep scoring goal for us. We already agree on that one. So maybe without that number 9, we may be second or third. We may make the top 4, we probably will make the top 4 already. It's not gonna be like on the last few games or the last few games of the season. But we don't really need Hakimi. So that's my point. So I don't see us working our midfield.
But if you twist it, we do need Kovačić, correct?
Thank you. Yeah.
So why offer Kovačić for Hakimi? That's the whole point. I think the media is twisting it big time. Yeah. No. I'm seeing.
The sales guy just confirms that it's absolute bullcrap. It doesn't make sense one bit.
Are we allowed to use that word?
Yeah. We're allowed. I'm changing it from PG to PG-13.
Okay.
so a little bit. We'll go a little bit.
It's a safe way to say it.
Yeah. No, Kachila, mate. You know what? The thing is, having a YouTube channel and talking. I mean, you know this. You've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Sometimes the passion when you're talking with passion, sometimes you need to use these words to express your emotion, and it's hard to hold yourself back. But the thing is, I'm thinking about who's watching these videos, and I know there's people of all age groups watching these videos. And there's so I try to keep it respectful. Sometimes emotion gets us carried away, but at the same time, I don't want to get people offended and upset.
Sure.
And we've done that. I mean, so far no real complaints. I know Boogeyman has had 3 strikes, but apart from that, we're all good. two strikes. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of names in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of new names in the chat. Listen, lads, in the chat, if you're new to my stream, please subscribe. I really would appreciate that. And if you haven't hit the like button already, please do hit the like button. I'm gonna leave the stream open now because these were the 2 topics that I wanted to talk about. So I'm leaving the stream open to discuss whatever you guys want to discuss in the chat. So if you want to hit me up with a question in the chat, we'll discuss it. With the panel, with the Boogeyman and Kachila. So any questions you guys have about Chelsea, about the transfer news that we've heard today over the past couple of days, hit me up and let me know. And just before we do that, I just want to say something because I haven't streamed for a couple of days, and the last time and I streamed or I released a video I think the day that we had the big incident with Christian Eriksen, and I just want to say that was a very, very scary moment and a very emotional moment, and to be honest, my prayers and my thoughts. And my emotion was all for Eriksen and his family. And I know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of streamers got some stick for certain aspects, and I want to name one in particular, and that was the Green Turf. The Green Turf streamed straight after the event and you know, he was trying to have a platform to allow people to express their emotions and express, you know, their support for Eriksen. Those people who watched that stream but didn't actually see the stream where Green Turf reacted live to what happened. And if you saw the emotion, you were there. You were there. I know you were there. The emotion. I'll let you jump in, just give me a second. The lad, the emotion that he had, the feelings that he had, the sorrow that he had for Christian Eriksen, it was true. It was pure. Yeah. And the hate that he got for the following stream was well out of order. And I just want to say that I support Green Turf, and I think there's a lot of people who don't know what Green Turf is about. The guy is Chelsea through and through. He bleeds blue blood. And the guy has a lot of respect and a lot of commitment when it comes to the Chelsea community and the Chelsea fan base. So I want to ask everyone to show respect when they're talking with YouTubers and influencers, because there's a lot that you don't know about these people. You're watching a stream, you're watching a 5-minute, 10-minute clip of that stream, but you have no idea who is that person behind that clip, behind that stream. These are human beings with emotions, with families, with, you know, with lives, and, you know, they are not robots. They are not just, you know, acting for your entertainment. They are here to give you a platform. So please show respect and support these guys. Kachila, go ahead, mate.
If you will let me, I was in that stream, so he was watching from his iPad or so. So the stream, that is what he sees, whatever I was watching on the TV screen. So I see events first, and I usually relay the events to him. So I was relaying what was happening to him, and when it appeared to us that, because we weren't sure what was going on, everybody was shocked. We were all scared that it's gone beyond what we thought it was. Then he was literally crying on the screen. He couldn't continue. He had to shut it down. And then when he restarted the stream, he did it just because he wanted us to talk about it and how far football has come in being prepared for such incidents, because football now have come. The truth is, football has come a long way, that such incidents, it will be difficult for people to die from it. That's why they're prepared for such incidents. So when he came back a second time, and then I made a donation of $10, and I said, what you did, something like what you did really touched me. That shows you're a good person deep down. And I'm making this donation because of it. And I ended it with keep being a nice person. What you did was good. You shut down your stream because we weren't sure what was going on with Eriksen then. And that was great to see. And then somebody followed up with a comment saying he started the stream to make money, blah, 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 blah. So that annoyed him. And it annoyed me too, because that wasn't the case. The donation was because he started the trend of stopping the stream immediately because a human life was at stake at that point. And I liked it. I loved it. And I supported his channel because of it. I didn't give him money because he was streaming. I gave him money because he showed compassion. He showed that he's human. He felt it. He wasn't there for the money. So, and he blocked the guy. I was like, you shouldn't have blocked the guy, actually. You should have left him to stay and listen. Maybe when he listened to our conversation, he will learn that it wasn't about the money. It was about discussing the situation. And then he may be even compelled to apologize. So I was there, and I was the reason why the guy said that thing, actually, because of my donation. But I'm here to say it wasn't about the money. The guy is a good guy deep down. I've had some conversations with him, and I've been on his channel on occasions. And when you talk with him, you will know it's not about the money. It's just, like you said, he's Chelsea through and through.
Yeah, no, I mean, Green Turf has been supporting a lot of channels. I mean, there's a lot of channels in the Chelsea community today that owe Green Turf a lot in respect to how he supported them, the shout outs that he's given them, the content that he shared with them. He's even made videos on his channel, taking clips and taking links of other YouTubers without them knowing and posting it. I started YouTube a year and a half ago, and I had like a few hundred subscribers. And then all of a sudden, I get a tweet from Green Turf and saying to me, "Did you watch my last video?" And I hadn't watched it, and I was surprised that Green Turf at the time he had 46,000 subscribers, and he's tweeting me and asking me to go watch his last video. So I went and I watched it, and literally he spent 5 minutes just talking about Baggy TV and talking about my channel. And so, go support Baggy TV, go help Baggy TV. And that day, my subscriber count doubled, and I wasn't sure why it doubled, but then I realized it was because of Green Turf and what he had done. And he has done that not just for me, but for a whole bunch of people. So the man, the man is a good guy. The man is a good guy, and the man is not one of these people who is using YouTube for personal gain. No, he like you said, he's doing it because he wants to get his view across. He wants to to share his opinion with people and give people a platform. So yeah, a big shout out to Green Turf, respect to Green Turf. And lads, I know, pretty much everyone here knows about Green Turf. But if you don't know about Green Turf, Google Green Turf and Google Fans FC. Okay, these two channels, they're run by the guy called Orgs. Go support him and go show him some love. Julius, how are you? And welcome to my stream, man. Julius, you're on mute.
Hey, how are you?
Big up, Julius.
I'm good. Good to have you on the stream, man.
Thanks. Hello, everyone. Big up.
Hello, Julius.
So,
Julius.
Yeah, go
on. No, I was just going to say, have you been following what we've discussed, or have you just jumped in?
Yeah,
to fill you in.
Just jumped in.
Okay. Well, we've been talking about two main stories today, and we've kind of come to the conclusion that both of these stories are a little bit misleading. The first one is in regards to Chelsea offering Kovačić for Achraf Hakimi. And the second one is Chelsea are inclined to loan out Kepa to Lazio this transfer window and this season coming. Both stories don't really make a lot of sense in regards to the African Nations Cup and Mendy going away. And Chelsea, getting Kepa to step out for this season at this point in time might not make sense. Kovačić being valued at the same price as Achraf Hakimi, and for us to give Kovačić and cash for Achraf Hakimi doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when Kovačić is one of the best players that we have at our team. That's what we've kind of been talking about. I mean, do you have a different perspective? Do you have something to add in regards to that?
If this is true, I think it's because maybe Tuchel is planning to buy a midfield and he doesn't think Kovačić is good enough for him next year. Not that he's not good, but I feel he does prefer the Kante-Jorginho partnership, it seems. Especially now, Jorginho in first game for Italy, he had a really good game, to be honest with you. So he's cementing his position even further if he is consistent with that performance throughout the competition. That is a kind of like a preparation for a potential move for Declan Rice in the future, because from what I've heard from social media, like tier 1 journalists and rumors in general, that apparently Tuchel does really like Declan Rice and he thinks he is a phenomenal midfield. So that shows you that Lampard was not wrong about him. It's not that he's just being a fanboy or anything. And in regards to Hakimi, I don't know, man. Inter wants cash. I don't think that is possible. To put in Kovačić as a part of the deal, I don't think they will take it, because they had Kovačić before. He was bang average with them. I don't think they'll be taking a risk again on him, plus getting paid less money. I just can't see it happening personally.
What about Marcos Alonso?
Yeah, they would take Marcos Alonso. I think they really like Marcos Alonso, especially that their system is built in a way that Alonso would fit in perfectly. And Alonso played with Fiorentina before, so he is familiar with the Serie A. Now Inzaghi, being a manager I'm not sure if he would be as keen as Antonio Conte regarding Alonso, but a very possible move and a very realistic budget transfer for Inter. So why the hell not? We need to clear out a lot of deadwood. We talk a lot about who we want to buy in, but we need to also discuss who needs to be gone, because we have so many players that needs to be offloaded.
Okay, let's talk about that. I want each one of you to give me their top 4. I'm not going to say 3. I'll say top 4. Top 4 players out, and how do you think that will impact the team? So, which 4 players do you think Chelsea? When I said top 4, I'm talking about value as well. So, these are the top 4 valued players. I'll start with Julius, since you brought this up, mate. Julius, give me your top 4 players that you want to see Chelsea get rid of in order for us to move forward and to balance the squad.
I think we need to get rid of Barkley. I think we can get around 30 million for him. If we can get rid of Zappacosta as well, maybe we can get about 10-15 million for him. If you add up, they add up, man. You could gain around 50-60 mil just from these deadwood players that we have. So Barkley, Zappacosta, from the team that was a regular last year. I was saying we need to get rid of Jorginho personally, but he seems to be a favorite. And look, I'm not a fan, but I like to give credit when it's due. If Tuchel likes him, fair enough. If he can perform consistently, fair enough. I'm not against it. I'll support him, and I love him. He won a Champions League with us, so that's the past is the past. It's all erased now, But Giroud, another one. And I think if we are actually going to go for a striker, Tammy Abraham. I think if we get Giroud, Tammy Abraham, Barkley, and Zappacosta off our books, with even probably Marcos Alonso, we can get around 80 million, 90 million from these guys. That is...
Yeah, I think that if we get rid of those players, that would definitely be a positive in regards to outgoings. Considering the targets we have in mind, that would definitely be a positive. Kachila, top 4 players you want to see us get rid of?
Yeah. Well, I'll start. Zappacosta is one of them. Zappacosta, I'm going to say Bakayoko. And I'm going to say Abraham. And Alonso. I'm not really, because it seems like Julius is seeing it from the perspective of who's going to fetch us more money. I think he considered that factor while he's picking his list of 4 players that he wants to be sold.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not considering money at all. I'm just considering that is who, if you remove from the team, it's not going to cause a problem, because if it's not broken, don't fix it. There are some players, if for instance Chelsea sells Kovačić, I think it will affect the team in one way or the other, either the bond within the team, or some players will start to even question what's going on, because he's been pivotal to what the team had, what they achieved this past season. So to me, those 4 are the people I'd look to sell and not worry about it causing a problem in any way.
I'm gonna debate.
No, I
go ahead.
Like you, Julius, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Julius. Go ahead. Me and Boogeyman will wait. Me and Boogeyman will wait. Go on, Julius.
No, I was just gonna say, if they're not gonna be, if Tuchel is not gonna play certain players regularly, what's the point? And for me, my priority is get as much money as we can from players that are not gonna average that many minutes next season, so we can actually go and buy Haaland and Hakimi and all the other players that we're linked with. Because if you think about it, if we want, as the rumors are saying, Declan Rice, Haaland, or Hakimi are the 3 main targets that Chelsea would, in the best case scenario, get. This is around 300 million pounds almost. in these three players.
Yeah, but
So-
we have to understand that we must first of all we must recognize how important the squad size is to this club. We're a big club and we operate with a big squad. And without a big squad, we will not be able to like compete on that is on all fronts. All the competitions we'll be participating in come next season. So the squad size is important. If we clear out those guys, we will most definitely need replacements that will do even better or measure what those guys can do for us to be able to compete very well on all fronts, because we seem to always forget how important the squad size, how pivotal it was for Tuchel to get the job done, to get us to top four, get us to the FA Cup final, and also win the Champions League. So the squad size is important. So we can't just do away with most of them because we have too many of them or because they're not playing too many games. We have to be ready to replace them. If 4 players go out, we go out from the current squad, not those alone. Then we need 4 players in to replace them to be able to compete on all fronts. That's my argument.
All right, fair comment. Boogeyman, you've had a lot of food for thought thinking about your 4 choices. So
I just think your question at the beginning was well oriented into our Chelsea, our player that actually played the last season, not the loanies. Because if we want to go to the loanies, then it's too easy. I can find 8 actually.
I've done a video with 11. So.
Exactly, I can find 8: Victor Moses, Baba Rahman, Zappa Costa, Timo Bakayoko, Ben Levis Baker, and Danny Drinkwater. And even in the chat, I saw a lot of people pull a whole list out. Even Marco Van Ginkel, he's always injured. And then Adin Batshuayi and
Eddie.
Izzy Brown and
there's one name that I haven't heard be mentioned yet, and I thought it would be mentioned straight away because this guy does have a lot of value, and maybe it's because a lot of people don't want to see him leave, and that is Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
Listen, Ruben Loftus-Cheek case is about the love of Chelsea. That he's just something else. I think at the beginning I saw Ruben Loftus-Cheek as our next captain. For some reason, every time, like especially when Solanke left, and also what's his name again? The guy that was captaining our young Chalobah also left. And you look at those generation, and then Ruben Loftus-Cheek was just quiet, doesn't say too much. He just going by his business, always say, I want to be the one that break it. And I just have a lot of respect for him since that. And the other thing is, whatever's happening to Ruben right now, it's not his fault. He got injured under Chelsea watch. So for some reason, at one point we just wait for, we all have those friends where anything they do to us, we just kind of look at it and we just shake our head. Like, you don't want to slap him because you just feel like, okay, he's a good guy anyways. That's you want him to make his own decision. If Ruben comes to, they say, okay, listen guys, I'm out. We're going to be like, yo, we love you, we're sorry, but okay, good luck. But we just don't want to push him out. That's all I think is Ruben case. I'm never going to list Ruben as our transfer on our transfer list.
I disagree with that previous comment you had on the screen. Ruben is just 25. If he's 29, 30, then you can say it's pretty much over for him. But at 25, he still got like
even if Ruben was 35, I would still keep him.
Yeah, to get back on the right track.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
different.
must say, today I just shot a video. I just recorded a video with Tyrone of the perfect hat trick. Actually, we talked about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Had he stayed under Frank Lampard, he probably could have been one of those guys, or in the starting 11, or at least on the bench when we won the Champions League. But he underperformed in 2 or 3 games and hit the panic button.
Just our first game. That was our first game. He was used, and the press just went all over him. Like just say,
Exactly.
oh,
And
he was
he
not good.
himself,
He was not up. He was not beaten.
It was
He
all, I
panicked.
blame him. Honestly, Boogeyman, I blame him because he hit the panic button. That was
Yeah.
why he went on loan. Had he stayed, it would be a different, it could have been, who knows? It possibly could have been a different story altogether. But that means he
Kachila, I'm gonna cut you off for 1 second. You see, Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a similar injury to what Callum Hudson-Odoi had, and it was roughly around the same time. There was a few weeks between them, maybe a month. But Callum Hudson-Odoi was able to recover and was given playing time. Ruben Loftus-Cheek went out alone. But even Callum Hudson-Odoi, who did stay and who did get some playing time, wasn't given enough playing time. Even though, in my opinion, Callum, every time he did get playing time, he performed well, apart from 1 or 2 matches. But he wasn't allowed to continue under Tuchel. Now, if Ruben Loftus-Cheek had stayed, do you think that would have been different? Or do you think he would have just had, maybe 6, 7 starts? But that's the thing. We can't really, say he should have done this or should have done this.
Tyler that always says, if you don't buy the lottery ticket, you're never gonna win. Buy it first. I mean, give it a shot. If you don't,
yeah, but if you buy it, you're likely to lose. Also against you, mate.
Yeah, so you get my argument. I hate that he had to leave alone. We, the fan base, we understood that he just came back from injury. There's no that possibility for him to be 100%. You understand? And Frank Lampard, again, there are other players that could have started games that he started. That means Frank trusts you. He knew you had it in you. It's up to you to just stick around, keep playing. You'll be all right, and not hit the panic button and boom, off alone. This guy, you can argue, is the most technically gifted player ever to have come through the Chelsea academy. And shamefully look at what's going on now. And to me, believe me, I argue to tomorrow, it's not too late yet. I still believe he can still bring his career back on track and do great things at Chelsea. But going on loan to Lazio means he's just restarting to zero. He's better. If I'm him, I'll come back, continue my development under Tuchel, because if his future truly lies with Chelsea, then he should come, stay with the squad, play whatever number of games that he gets the opportunity to play, learn from Tuchel, and then it will be easy. Then he has an easier path to the first team than to go on loan.
Yeah, I understand perspective view, but there is a but. Listen, do we want Loftus-Cheek to be a squad player, or do we want him to be a star? And what exactly Ruben want? Because if we want to be a squad player, then I would like him to stay next season. But if he think because based on his talent, he deserves better, and he think he can still explode, then he need to go out of loan. Because this is the problem.
Bobby, Boogeyman. What about this comment here? Maybe Sorry can get him firing again, because he did play well under Sorry.
We need to.
And the thing is this. Sorry, just 1 second. In regards to Loftus-Cheek, we're going to Serie A. Remember, the pace is different, the physicality is different, and maybe that's what he needs to get back into shape, into his right level, because maybe he needs to play a little bit of a less physical game, a little bit slower. Again, a little bit slower. Maybe he needs that, and maybe Serie A can do that for him. I mean, that's another way to look at it. Do you guys think so?
That's why I like.
Julius wanted to start the fight. I'm waiting for him.
When perspective said Ruben is only 25. Is someone talking? Can I talk? Oh.
Yeah, Prince, can you mute your mic, please, Prince? Just while we're waiting.
So that's why I think what perspective said, it goes both ways. He said Ruben is only 25.
Sorry, Prince, can you mute your mic, please?
I can hear you.
Carry on, Boogeyman. Carry on.
So perspective say Ruben is only 25. In fact, that just means he can just go on loan. Because my point is, if Sarri managed to keep Lazio, to keep his job for at least one season, he doesn't get fired, and he stayed there for 1 year, then I think 25, he came back 26, 27, he still have 3 or 4 years to give Chelsea if he managed to explode. Because that's all. Ruben will never, if he noticed that he really reached that level where he is like how do you say this? He's a player where when he come back to Chelsea, he know he will play at least his 40 games or start 40 games or even 50 games in a season for Chelsea. I think he will be happier than just stay and wait for Tuchel to give him one chance. And we find screaming about the fact that Ruben is not playing. While we also have the Scottish guy, also young. Also, we want him to play. Then we also have the other one that play at the West Brom. Also, there we want him to play. So I'd rather Ruben go on loan if Sarri can keep his job. But I don't know if Sarri is going to keep his job there for a season. So it's pretty complex. So that's why I always put everything in Ruben's hand. Whatever he decide, I will support him for sure.
Yeah, Prince, you have issues in your mic. Prince, you need to sort out your mic, and I'll get you back in here. Julius, you want to say something, mate?
No, I was nothing important. I was just gonna say, if we sell him, put a buyback clause. We can't. I don't think it's smart to just sell him and that's it. You know.
How about loaning? Just loan him out.
Yeah, loan would be the perfect scenario. But if they really want to sell him, maybe Lazio wouldn't want to invest into a player to get him better and then just give him back to Chelsea for no.
Great point. Thank you. Go ahead.
Or how about a loan deal with the option to buy, and we don't do the same mistake with Tomori. We make it a decent price, because Tomori.
Yeah. Okay. Can I say something? What Julius said doesn't make too much sense in the way that we know is the coach that is going to Lazio that requested that player. So that means Ruben is now in a better position to request how many games he wants to play. He can say, as long as I'm fit, would you guarantee me 60 games or 30 games or 40 games? If yes, it will be put in a loan contract. I want to play 40 games or I want to play at least 50 games. And Sarri will be like, yeah, I know the potential. I play with you. I use you in Chelsea, and I think you can help me at the Lazio. And Lazio maybe does not have the financial power to buy you. I'm pretty sure Chelsea value you too much. We don't have 40 million. We don't have 50 million to buy you. So if you come, I guarantee you that as long as you manage to keep yourself fit and eat properly and keep yourself in a good physical condition. So I don't think Lazio will think, okay, we're not going to play Ruben too much because he will get better and then he'll go back to Chelsea. That's part of the contract. Ruben has to get better. That's the only thing. What's the point? Ruben might just stay at Chelsea and play with our reserve team.
If I were the board, that is the powers to be, if I happen to be a member of the powers to be, that be at Lazio, and you're giving me a player, forcing me to agree to a clause that I must make him better, it's foolish. I will not sign it because I may have other players that I have to invest my resources to get better than yours. So yours is, if your player is coming to my club on loan, I am not obliged to start them every game because we agreed that I have to make them better. I don't think I will never do that.
I understand you're talking from the point of view of a man. You are like a sporting director, director. As a manager, you just want result because in football, even 1 year, even 4 months is not even guaranteed. You can be fired next month. You just want result. If Sarri think playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek will get him result, he doesn't care where Ruben Loftus-Cheek is from. He doesn't care if Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going back to Chelsea at the end of the season. As long as Lazio end up in the top 4, top 6, or Lazio did better than the last season.
All right. Listen. Forget Loftus-Cheek. Forget Loftus-Cheek. Billy Gilmour. Should we keep him should we loan him out? Because Billy Gilmour is a massive, massive player for us.
But
In my opinion, one second. In my opinion, Billy Gilmour, he has a lot of potential, but the guy is not being played enough. Every time he's played, he's performed. And most of the games that he's played last season, he was man of the match. And this season, he's hardly getting a look in. Should we loan him out, or will he be getting more time next season? Skitchula, take it away, mate.
He should look. This is an argument that I wish. So I can start a fight because of this. Honestly, the guy.
Go ahead. Let's fight. I got 24% left on my battery. Let's fight.
Like Alias CFC said, the boy needs to play more, and he started. Tuchel has recognized him. He has taken a look at him, and he's starting to trust him. This guy played a game against Man City, and he played, what was the other game again? High-profile games. And that means, and we have too many games. No player is going to start the whole game throughout the season. And the more the coach starts to trust you, the more chances you will get to play. And Tuchel is very good at nurturing players. I don't see the reason of sending the guy out on loan where he goes and starts from zero again. But he's playing under a coach that we all believe potentially has a long-term future at Chelsea. So if Gilmour believes that his future lies at Chelsea, he's better off staying and learning from the coach that we believe that will stay at Chelsea for a long time, possibly. You understand? So I don't see the need after he's gone so far with the team, won the Champions League with them, got to the top four with them, and learned from Tuchel that Tuchel has now started to trust him, and then you send him out on loan again. It doesn't make sense to me, honestly.
All right. So who's gonna fight with Chilla? Anyone fighting?
Listen, Coachella, I won't go in the ring with you. I won't even fight with you through Zoom. I won't even do it. So let me just keep it this way. What Coachella said, I think coming to
my apologies.
Yeah, good. So before I was a little bit off on the edge. I'll be 60% stay, 30% loan. But after listening to Coachella, I think Chelsea as a team, like we said, we're planning to sign Hakimi. Can you believe just that? So that means in his position, we're going to have a good player in the. So what's the point of loaning Billy? Billy is good. He can play when Jorginho is injured. He can play when Kante is injured. He can play when Kovačić is injured. So that means Billy is part of the team. He's a player. So that concept.
Okay. But listen. What you've just said doesn't ring true for me. I'll tell you why. Because Billy Gilmour, based on what you just said, he will only play if somebody is injured. Okay, that for me is not good enough for Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour should be used as a rotational player. We have Kante, Jorginho, and Kovačić. I don't want to see Billy Gilmour starting ahead of any one of those three. Okay, but I want to see Billy Gilmour become just as good and just as important as any one of those three. For me to do that, for us to do that, we're going to have to risk playing him. We're going to have to play him. I'll come back to you. If Billy Gilmour was lackluster, if Billy Gilmour wasn't performing, and then I would say the risk is too great for us to play him. Let's send him out alone. But I think Billy Gilmour has been performing. Every time he's been given the responsibility, he has performed. Therefore, he is worth the risk. Therefore, I will keep him, but I will not keep him based on what you said, Boogeyman, in regards to when they're injured, he would come in. No, I would give him, a game every month. And I'm not just talking about the cup games. I'm talking about Premier League games. I want to see him start at least 10 games in the season, as well as play a few cup games.
I give you that. You're 100% right.
And I'm happy that fight was between you and Boogeyman, not me. So.
No, I'm okay. I'm just saying.
So what I wanted to chip in was this. Whenever we argue the case of Billy Gilmour, let's take a step back and look at Phil Foden, his story as Man City. In the Champions League final, he started the Champions League final ahead of Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. That's to show you how far he's come. And he was able to achieve that because he was patient. He kept learning. Every now and then he plays one game here, one game there, one game here, one game there. And then at one point, he proved to, what's his name, Pep, you can't put me on the bench. I'm capable of starting the games, and I'm capable of helping you achieve results. And Pep recognized that, and he's been starting games in most cases ahead of Gabriel Jesus, who the club spent a lot of money in buying. So that's why it would be a risk to send Billy Gilmour out on loan, because he will lose everything. He will lose ground in the presence of Thomas Tuchel. So that was just what I wanted to chip in there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, I'm completely lined up at this point with your views. And the truth is, when I say when Kante is injured, Billy Gilmour can come in, is the fact that we panic when we hear that Kovačić is injured, or we panic when we hear that Kante is injured. But when we see the lineup and then there's Gilmour, we all do this. Okay, let's see what he's going to do today. So it's not like we're like, oh God, really? Can we just put Zuma there? At least he can tackle people. Like, I'm pretty sure if Mourinho was a coach, he's not going to put Billy there. He's going to put Zuma there, so he can tackle people until those strikers are tired of being tackled, and then they get out. So the thing is, we're happy to have Billy. We're happy. We feel comfy when they put Billy there. We know he's going to do what he was supposed to do. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of the fact that he doesn't have that experience that Jorginho have. He doesn't have that experience. I mean, there's someone going to come to me that, how does he have the experience when we don't play regularly? Yeah, I don't have answer to that question. But the truth is, he has to be there. Jorginho is 30. Jorginho will be 32. And so then Jorginho just make a way and Billy take the position. Like the City guy has taken the other Silva, the other midfield Silva that was not renewed at Manchester City that left. In fact, that kid, that Silva was not renewed because of the I always forgot his name.
Is it Foden?
No, Foden. So Pep Guardiola also said the reason why we're not going to sign a player to replace the other Silva, the midfield Silva, is because Foden is showing a lot of stuff that we think we can handle.
Exactly.
So something like that may happen with Jorginho leaving, and we're like, yeah, we don't need like that deep layer midfielder that always a collector. Billy Gilmour has shown a lot of promises, and he can take over that position, and then Billy Gilmour become a starter.
I want to address this comment. I'm going to get Julius to come in, but before I get Julius to come in on this comment, I just want to say something in regards to the players we've been discussing. Chelsea do seem to be interested in buying a box-to-box / DM. In the talk for Tchouameni, in the talk for Declan Rice, this is a player that a position that we are looking to improve on. Therefore, Gilmour, therefore Gallagher, therefore even Ampadu, don't look like they have much of a future in regards to the midfield. I could be wrong. So I want to know, Julius, what's your thoughts on Gallagher? And also, is Chelsea looking to bring in somebody from outside of the club? And will these guys, in general, Gallagher, Ampadu, Gilmour, will be going out? What's your thoughts on this, Julius?
I actually really like Conor Gallagher. I think he's great talent. He's a little bit of a victim playing for West Brom because they were crap this season. But if you look at his numbers, I think he's contributed into like 4 or 5 goals this season in a team that doesn't score goals at all. If you remember, like it was known this year that West Brom just don't score. So he could have had a lot more opportunities, at least in terms of assists. I like his aggression. I think his defensive abilities are underrated and overlooked. I think he's a very aggressive player. I'm not sure how old is he? 22?
20.
22, 20?
Let me
20?
check.
He was 19 last year or something. Right?
I think he's 21, 22.
Yeah,
He could be 20. Could be 20.
he's,
I don't know.
he's 21. I
Check.
just checked. Yeah, he's 21. Yeah, look, I think he will struggle to break into the team. He could be a good
Yeah, he's 21.
player to be as depth, but I think for his age and for his case, it's better for him to go on another loan. There is no rush. He can just go on another loan in a better team in the Premier League, and then come back to us when he's killing it, right? So in terms of Gallagher, I think he won Academy Player of the Season last year. I think 2020 or 2019.
That is true.
So he has the potential.
And that guy is strong. And he had was it a heart surgery or something?
I'm not sure, but I think he won Player of the Year for the Academy.
I think he had an issue that could have potentially ended his career that he overcame.
I'm not sure.
I'm not.
I think that was a couple of seasons back. I think he had an injury, but I know the past couple of seasons he's been out alone, so it must have been 3 seasons ago.
That happened that he overcame that people didn't think he will overcome. But that's by the way, yeah. I'm with Julius on this one, so I'm not going to fight him.
Listen,
Okay, Boogeyman.
Yeah,
Boogeyman, go on.
Yeah, the Gallagher situation is, I will say, he stayed with Tuchel. The reason is simple. It's exactly the reason Kosila gave before. If Tuchel is our long-term project, or like a project manager, I just want, because his aggression. Sometimes I just feel like we need the aggression when Kante is not available, and neither Jorginho, Kovacic do a lot of slide tackle, yeah, but neither Jorginho, Kovacic, or Billy offer that. So I would love to have a stay and just prove that he's better than Kovacic or he's better than Jorginho or whatever it is. Give him the chance. Because my worry about people getting loan is if they go to one second loan, it's just kind of they've been tagged as next season he will come to pre-season and then we'll loan him again. One loan for me is enough. He was a loan in the Premier League. I think at this point we should just roll with him and just see if he can actually take one place, like move one, even maybe push Billy Gilmore out. I don't know if that chance was given to him, maybe he may manage to do that. Billy Gilmore has to work hard to try to push Jorginho out, or he's out. I just want that competitiveness to be in the team and just put Gallagher also in the mix and see what come out. I don't like he. My point is this. Let me just make it simple. He was already on loan. We see what he can do. I just don't want to bring the man down to send him another loan because it's just for me.
Yeah, let Tuchel take a look at him. And
yeah, exactly.
I just checked. He spent 45 minutes under general anesthesia and was told there was 3% chances of his irregular heart issue and something to be solved. So he had a heart surgery.
3% of chance to become a professional.
Being solved, after the surgery. So that should show you he's come a long way.
One more reason why I don't trust doctors.
I'm going to cut you guys off because I literally have 5 more minutes left. 5 more minutes left. But I want to address this comment. I don't want to address it specifically for Livramento. No, I want to address it in regards to academy lads. Not Livramento specifically, academy lads. Chelsea today are the champions of Europe. Chelsea today are looking to win the Premiership next season. Chelsea today are looking to build in a way that is different to what we've seen in the past. Could Chelsea today afford to bring in youngsters like we did last season, like we did this season, and have them become the players that we have seen Reece James become, Mason Mount become, and others? Can Chelsea do that? Each one of you has literally 60 seconds to answer this question before my battery runs out. So I'll start with Julius, and then Boogeyman, and then Kachida will end it. 60 seconds. Julius, go ahead.
You basically answered half of what I want to say. Chelsea are the champions of Europe. We cannot start talking about relying on academy players and wait for them to develop. We have to go all out, bring Haaland, bring Hakimi, bring whoever the hell Tuchel wants to bring, and go compete for the Premier League, try to retain the Champions League, and build up from there. Having these players is really good, but it's not time for us to develop them right now. We need to build on the momentum. We have enough academy players. That's all I want to say.
Cheers. Boogeyman.
What Julius said is half true, because we were champions of Europe, but we have a really young team. And we think that team is going to progress. So we think that team can be a buffer. Like the progression that team will offer next season may be sufficient enough with a striker up front to win the Premier League. So I think next season is the best season for us to promote our youngsters, because it's not like we are at the end of this.
I'm sorry. I'm running out of time. Kachila.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I am with Boogeyman. Julius is half correct. No matter how many players we bring in, we must make room to accommodate academy players and ensure their development with the team and not outside the team. That's it for me.
Brilliant. Listen, lads, it's been a fantastic stream. Boogeyman, thank you. Kachila, thank you. Julius, thank you. Everybody in the chat, I really, really do appreciate your support and your questions. The next few streams are going to be sporadic. I'm not going to be streaming regularly for the next week or so, but I will definitely be streaming whenever I can. So thank you guys. Have a great evening, and I will catch you all in the next couple of days. Take care, lads. Peace out. Cheers.
Thank you.